Alright everyone, let's talk about how to get some content into these spreads. Now with any InDesign document, you're really going to be just adding two basic primary components, text and images. Of course there are subcategories to maybe each of those, but we'll just start with the basics for now. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, well, in this case anyway, we're going to open up our document. And here we are. So we have both those things here. I'm going to select everything and just delete it. To start us from the beginning, I'm going to pull up my grid so that we can see it here. I'll zoom in to one page. So let's say that we want to add an image. I'm going to go up to File, Place, or I'm going to use Command D, the shortcut. And I'm going to go find my images. Here they all live. So I'm going to put in my 3 images. You can put in multiple images at the same time. Just hold down Shift and select multiple. And you'll see that now my cursor has a 3 by it. That means I've got 3 images to drop in here. And I'm just going to put them all in right now. We'll worry about resizing here in a bit. And that's it. There really is nothing more difficult than that. Now, there is something that we need to kind of explain, and I'll show you what that is right now. So there is a relationship between the image and the image frame, which is represented by this blue box, that a lot of people don't quite comprehend at first. So this is like a, we'll say a viewfinder, this blue box, or a cropping box. If I were to go like this, you can see it's not actually changing the size of the image itself. It's simply changing what is visible. Now that's going to be kind of a pain because you're going to find yourself accidentally leaving white slivers. You're going to accidentally be cropping a little bit of the image and not realize it. And so the easiest way to do that, for me at least, is to, well, you can do it more manually by selecting this image icon. I think this was once upon a time a CD. I could have that wrong. But at any rate, you can select that and you can see the box changes to brown if we were to really zoom in there. So that means you're now affecting the image itself. And so you can move it around within there, you can scale it up. But again, you may find that that is not quite as intuitive and leaves some legacy things like the aforementioned kind of white strip. So what you want to do is fit the content to the frame either proportionally or by filling it. And so if you go to Object Fitting, you can, for instance, fit content proportionally, fill frame proportionally. You can also fit content proportionally. Those are going to have slightly different effects. If we were to zoom in on that, you could see this one filled it so that the image was oversized if the ratio of the frame to the image wasn't the same. And if you were to say, I'll drag this out, if you were to go to Fitting, Fit Content Proportionally, it will make one dimension, either the height or the width, whichever comes first, fill the frame, but not actually exceed the frame. So you'd want those in 2 different capacities. Obviously you'll know when that time comes what's what. But know that you can fit those so that you're working with something that is a filled image. So you can see, like if we were to go up to this spread where I've already placed this, you can see that the image actually exceeds the frame a little bit so that everything kind of reconciles with my gridded system. So my frame has been applied to the actual grid system I have set up, and then the image within it has been sized to fill it proportionally so that I get a nice filled image that doesn't have any kind of legacy areas. So that's one thing that's going to be really important to know about adding an image. The other thing is that you can size them intuitively, as I mentioned in class, by holding down Shift and Command, and that will lock the relationship between the text, or sorry, the image frame and the image within it, and make them proportionally sized in relation to one another. So remember Command D to put it in. You can hit Shift Command to size it proportionally, and then the shortcut for fitting is Shift Command Option C. So if this needs to fill, you can hit that and it will extend the shortest dimension to fill the image frame.